Smoke on the podcast. It's your boy Hall of Fame Worthy. Like I always start off the show, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We on TikTok. We everywhere. Straighten up the camera real quick. Cause we everywhere. We back though. We took a long time off. This episode will be on Spotify. Check us out on Spotify, Smoke One and Podcast, you heard? It's the NFL playoffs. Last week was the wild card weekend. A lot of teams surprised people. Well, one team really surprised people. Washington did their thing. The quarterback, the quarterback. Jaden Daniels looked incredible in Tampa. He sent Tampa home. Baltimore looked crazy against Pittsburgh. You already know they was gonna beat Pittsburgh. You already know that. The Texans started out kind of crazy, but CJ Stroud got it together. He made one incredible play where he was scrambling, threw it across his body for the first down, and after that play, the game took off for the Texans. It didn't help that the Chargers quarterback kept on throwing interception after interception. But that's another thing. I think Herbert is kind of overrated. If I'm saying his name right, I always get the names mixed up, but the Chargers quarterback I think is overrated. Eagles beating Green Bay. I picked the Eagles. I'm picking the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. Since the season started, since they got Saquon, I'm picking them to go to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm picking. And the Rams, listen, I didn't know that the Rams was going to beat the Vikings, but I could tell you what, I believe that Sam Darnold was still his normal self. I don't care what they records say, and he did put up numbers, but he put up numbers due to the team's scheme. The coach had a good scheme, the team worked well, and they all played like a nice, they played like a team that was together, okay? Sam Darnold is trash, and when it comes to this offseason, he might not get a contract that he was looking for, because that playoff game, he just lost a couple of million. He lost a lot of money in that playoff game because he reverted back to the Sam Darnold everybody knew he was. And Matthew Stafford has two weapons. Puka and Cooper. Those weapons are crazy for a quarterback like Matthew Stafford. So they might go far too, but I'm picking Philly to come out of there. The Bills beat up on the Broncos. You already know how that went. So I don't know on the AFC. Like I said, like in the past podcast, Kansas City might three-peat. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if the Bills can beat them, and I don't even know if the Ravens can beat them. If anybody could beat them, it's the Bills. But the Ravens with Derrick Henry, he wants to be called McQueen now because Lamar Jackson called him McQueen. He wants to be called McQueen. So I don't know why, that toy, the Cars movie or whatever it was, but he wants to be called McQueen. So, all right. Now let's get into the divisional weekend, okay? Houston versus Kansas City. I don't know. I don't know if CJ Stroud could go in there and upset them. With his talent though, he can. But I'm picking Kansas City to win that game. What the receivers do, and when Mahomes is in playoff Mahomes mode, he's unbeatable. So that's why they might three-peat. And Hopkins likes to show up in big games. They got other big game receivers. They got a big game tight end. Their defense tends to step up. But I'm not shutting down Houston. Baltimore versus Buffalo. That's a tough one. But I'm giving that to Buffalo because his top weapon is hurt. Not the running back and McQueen, but Lamar Jackson's wide receiver is hurt. Zay. He didn't practice, and he might not play. So who knows? Buffalo should get that. Because they're playing at home, Buffalo should get that. NFC Commanders versus Detroit. That's a tough one. Listen, I'm going for the upset. I'm going for the upset here. Hall of Fame Worthy might be wrong, but I'm picking the Commanders to beat the Detroit Lions. I just think that the Commanders quarterback is playing special. The running back is still good. They got 2 running backs over there, and Robinson and Eckler. I think it is Eckler, if I'm not mistaken. The defense is playing kind of tough. Dan Quinn as a coach he can coach a team. Detroit is destined. They're destined to lose. If it's not to Commanders, it's going to be to Philly, because Philly going to that Super Bowl. Eagles and Los Angeles Rams. Listen, Saquon might put up 3,000 yards on y'all. and yeah, so y'all better be careful. You already know I'm picking to win that game, all right? Philly all the way, and I think Philly could beat Kansas City. Philly will beat Kansas City. If Kansas City make it, whoever comes from the AFC, Philly will beat them. And that's the divisional weekend. Philly is coming out of all of that, but I picked Kansas City, Buffalo, Commanders, and Philly. All right? And big shout out to what's coming up, the championship game for the college playoffs, the championship game, Notre Dame versus Ohio State. I'm picking the upset on that one. Ohio State looked unstoppable, but I just think Notre Dame is playing special. Who knows? And you know, Hall of Fame worthy's always wrong, but still, I'm picking the upset. I like to go with the upset, so I'm picking the upset there, all right? So that's the other big news. I can't wait for this NFL season to be over so I can start talking NBA. Because I ain't talking NBA yet until the NFL season is over. All right? Hall of Fame worthy. I just picked the divisional weekend. And I just picked the winner for the college football playoffs, which is Notre Dame. Is going to win the championship. I'm telling you that. You heard it here first. Hall of Fame worthy Smoke On It podcast. Like I said, follow us on Facebook. Keep sharing our stuff on Facebook. I love y'all on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter. Everywhere we at on social media. Smoke On It podcast. You heard? Hall of Fame worthy.